Meli's mobility flow. Reach your hands up towards the ceiling and bend over to one side, pushing your hip out to the opposite side. Swap sides, looking up at the roof. And take your arms behind your head and lean backwards. Sweep your arms down towards the floor and let your head drop. Straightening both legs and then gently bend one knee and then the other, alternating sides. Straighten both legs, clasp your hands behind your back and reach your hands towards the ceiling. Unclasp your hands and then walk out until all fours are on the floor. Take one foot up to your hand, stretching the hip on the leg that is behind you. Rock your hips backwards, straighten your leg, stretching your hamstring. Push your chest forward. Sitting back with your toes tucked underneath. And then straight onto your feet. Flatten your feet out. Lean backwards, take your fingertips towards your toes, push your chest out and your hips up, looking up at the ceiling. Sit back down and take the other foot up to the other hand, stretching out the opposite hip towards the ground. Rocking the hips back again. Want to straighten that leg, toes towards the ceiling. Press your chest forward and stretch the hamstrings. Sit down on the booty. Push the knees down towards the ground and straighten your back. And then fold, taking your nose towards your toes. Then taking one leg down beside you and the other one in front. Sit evenly on your sit bones and then work your body backwards onto your elbows. Bring yourself back up and circle that leg all the way around to the back. You're going to lean forwards and relax over that front leg, stretching out the glute muscles. Bring both feet back to the front and sit cross-legged. And take one foot in a little bit closer and drop down to your elbows. Swap sides, taking that foot into the crease of your leg between your thigh and your calf. Once again, drop down to your elbows if you can and relax. Take one leg at the front and one down to the side. Make sure it's the opposite side. Work your body backwards onto the elbows. This is stretching out your hip and your quad on the opposite side. Continue to sweep that leg around and behind, sitting up straight, and then work your way forwards again, stretching out the glute on the opposite side. Coming up now onto all fours. We're going to arch the back downwards, looking up at the roof. And arch in the opposite direction, dropping the head, pulling belly button to spine. We're going to thread the needle by taking head and shoulder onto the ground, palm facing up, opposite hand extending backwards towards the other side of the room. Unthread and swap sides. Palm and shoulder, and then rotate that other arm backwards. Unthread. Push backwards into a downward dog. We want to bend one knee and then the other, stretching out the calves. Try to get your heel towards the ground. Straighten both legs. Take your nose towards your knees. Drop to your knees. Go into a nice low squat. Use your elbows to push those knees out. Good job.